was the decision point. Because he wound up going that way. And you can kind of see it through the top of the trees up there. That's Knob Mountain. He got up, there's a trail on the top of that ridge line. He got on that ridge line and then started kind of falling apart. Because that's where his hiking stick was found by a hasty team in the middle of the trail. And it was a very distinctive thing that the wife was able to say, yes, that's his hiking stick. So that's one of the few cases where I say, time to change the rings. The search is now based upon, we know he's up there, and then kind of the another hasty didn't find it, down the trail didn't find anything. So after you do hasties, what do you do for an Alzheimer's search? The corridor searches. So we were pretty pleased. We found his wallet, we found his hat, we found his canteen, and then eventually we found him. So we were definitely pleased with it. So we are right here at this intersection. It's called like the Knob Mountain Cutoff Trail. It just actually says. Well, it does say Knob Mountain Cutoff Trail, Knob Mountain Trail 0. Just another half mile. This is about where his stick was found, and his wallet, and his hat. The funny thing was, everybody see that distinctive ridge line?
Yeah.
Right there? I used that as a boundary for some of my sectors, and I wound up putting a separate team that was tasked to actually search just that ridge. And why would we search a spur ridge like that?
Because it goes
Just a decision point, probably a point of confusion. Just if we got a ridge following out, we probably got game trails running on the top of the trail. Anybody want to go find out?
Tomorrow. Line least resistance.
So I had actually had a separate corridor going down the ridge, and I had also used it to draw up two tasks for air sent dog teams, with the ridge being the dividing line. Well, the problem sometimes is when plans draws up something with the intention that ops will actually deploy them at different times, doesn't always work. So we had the sweep team and we had two dog teams
at the same time.
All three teams kind of just zeroed in on him. He was sitting on a log about 50 meters off of the trail. They shouted his name. He did not turn around until they actually came in directly facing him, made eye contact, and then he was as friendly as ever. So just kind of a field technique. When you actually find the person, you should kind of walk around, assess them for scene safety, all that good stuff, see what they have in their hands, and then approach them from the front, down low, keeping in mind that's where they're looking, and make the contact. Then they started walking him out after a quick assessment. Back down the trail here, back down this way. I think there was some discussion of, do they just keep taking him out this way to Matthews Arm, Elk Wallow, or to Elk Wallow Wayside? And I think this is what may have actually caused the point of confusion. It says Matthews Arm Campground. This area is probably better known for Matthews Arm Campground than it is to get to Elk Wallow Wayside, because the campground is a better known feature for somebody who's been around here. So I think that's what probably the labeling here may have caused the confusion. Then he just started falling apart once he got on Knob Mountain. It was probably following little game trails that paralleled, because it was the corridor task and it was the air sent dogs that were picking up the clues. Just so everybody wasn't feeling too smug, they found 3 of his items, but he was known to have dropped at least 7 or 8.